Hello, good morning. So, the given topic to us is war and terrorism. So, what is war? War is generally defined as violent conflict between nations and states. So, nations or states go to war for a variety of reasons. First is economic, second is religious, third is political reasons, and lastly is ideological reasons.
War theory. In Western tradition, there is a sense the reasons of war must just be. This idea dates back to the ancient times, but it most clearly traced to the writings of Saint Augustine and Saint Thomas Aquinas. They attempted to justify war and reconcile it with the Christian belief that taking a human life is wrong. To Aquinas, a war must just be in both the reasons for going to war and how war is fought. War is declared by an appropriate authority. The war is waged for the just cause. The war is waged for just intentions. There must be a reasonable chance of success. The good that will be achieved must outweigh the bad. And lastly, war must be the last resort.
Law of war. Some of the just war theories have been adopted as parts of international agreements and incorporated into the law of war that regulates the resort to armed force, the conduct of hostilities, and the protection of war victims. Four types of war: absolute war, instrumental war, and agonistic war. Absolute war was a philosophical construct developed by the military theorist General Karl von Clausewitz. The instrumental war is waged in order to gain access to values which the enemy controls. Agonistic fighting behavior was more broadly defined as adaptive acts which arise out of conflicts between two members of the same species.
The two main obstacles to progress in understanding human aggression: the lack of objective measures without which intervention for controlling aggression cannot be assessed, the lack of a disciplined, neutral model for synthesizing research. Three main causes of war. First is economic gain, territorial gain, defensive war. Terrorism. Terrorism is the unlawful use of force or violence against person or property to intimidate or coerce a government or its citizens to further certain political or social objectives.
Two types of terrorism: domestic and international. Domestic terrorism is based and executed in the United States by our own citizens without foreign direction. International terrorism, which is connected to foreign governments or groups, transcend our nation's boundaries.